In 2013, I had a heart attack and a quadruple bypass, which left a scar on my chest. People generally call that a zipper. Stick around because in this short video, I'm going to share with you exactly what you should do to minimize the severity of that scar so it's not so noticeable. I did it, you can do it, I'm going to show you how. Hey guys, I'm Dean Snyder from Snyder Health. If you're new here, this channel is all about tips, advice, and conversations about health, nutrition, and lifestyle choices for people over the age of 40. Like me. This video is the 5th video in my heart attack recovery series. In the last video in this series, I talked about how you can sleep more comfortably after having bypass surgery by using a recliner to sleep in at night. So if you haven't seen it yet, I'll post a link at the end of this video so you can go check it out. After having open heart bypass surgery, everybody ends up with a giant scar down the middle of your sternum. There's absolutely no way to avoid it. But for some people, it can look really nasty, like raised, dark, and jagged, which is why they refer to it as a zipper. But for others, the scar can be barely noticeable, especially if you're a man with a hairy chest or a woman with fairly large breasts. In either case, there's something you can do to minimize the amount of scar tissue so it looks much better. And that's what I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so I took my shirt off for the shot, and I normally have a very, very hairy chest. If you look at the picture here, you can see on the left side, that is the normal hair that I normally have on my chest. And on the right side is after I shaved. So I did shave my chest. I do on a normal basis because when I go to the gym, I'd like to see the progress that I'm making when I work out. So you can see the scar here, which runs pretty much from the top here and stops about there. This scar could look considerably different. When I don't shave and I have my full chest hair, you can't even see it. You would really have to look close to see the scar when I have all of my chest hair. But obviously now that I shave my chest, you can see it a lot better. But again, this is much, much better than it could be. Now I'm gonna show you what I did, right? So I'm gonna get some Vaseline. Now what you wanna do is, you have to wait for the initial incision to heal. That usually takes about 2 or 3 weeks. Once there's enough tensile strength in the skin tissue, then you can start this procedure. What you want to do is you want to take Vaseline, or you could use any skin lotion as long as it's very viscous. You don't want it to dry up and you don't want it to heat up. So Vaseline is really good because it doesn't heat up no matter how much you rub it. And what you're going to do is you're going to rub in a circular motion with the Vaseline, and you're going to press hard enough without causing yourself any pain. You know, initially it'll hurt a little bit more, but as you go along, it won't hurt as much. And you just want to rub the tissue with force in this circular pattern. And what you're actually doing is breaking up the scar tissue little by little by little. Now again, I did this for 1 year. What I did was every time I got out of the shower, and after I dried off, I would grab the Vaseline and I would literally do this for like 10 minutes each time I got out of the shower every single day. You can really do this twice a day would be even better. But if you could do it when you get out of the shower and some other point in the day, and that's all there is to this, is just rubbing with force. You want to put pressure on the tissue. Little by little, the scar tissue will begin to dissipate underneath. Now again, you're always going to have a scar. There's no way to get rid of the scar. But doing it like this, and this can be done, by the way, with any scar tissue from anything. I mean, it doesn't have to be for heart surgery. Any scar tissue, you do the same method, okay? So my scar actually looks really good. If you ever see anybody that has open heart surgery, you'll see scars that look like snakes sticking out of their chest. Some of them are jagged and it looks really nasty, but this actually looks pretty good. From a distance, you really, really can't see it. So if I was at a beach or something, most people can't see this unless they're looking for it or unless they come up close and see me. And I don't even care at this point. It doesn't even matter. But I will say that exercising and having pecs, which I do, will tend to hide this a little better. That's why I said that if you're a female and you have large breasts, you won't even see the scar. It'll be just between the breasts. But for a man, you go to the gym and work on your pecs, and you create this valley here. It'll be much harder to see when you have your shirt off, okay? But that's all there is to this. Not very hard to do. Is definitely well worth the time, the 10 minutes it takes to do it. Try to do it twice a day. And again, use pressure. That will begin to break up the scar tissue and really, really, really make this heal very, very nicely compared to what it could be if you didn't do this, okay? So that's really all there is to this process. You want to make sure to do this routine for at least 6 months to a year to have the greatest chance of breaking up the scar tissue. As I said in the beginning, there's absolutely no way that you're not going to have a scar from the surgery. But at least you can minimize the scar as much as possible with this technique. Let me know in the comments section below if you had any success using this scar rubbing method. Hopefully you did. In the next video in the series, I'm going to talk about the emotional impact of having a heart attack and heart surgery. I think you'll find that most of what you're going through and the emotions that you're feeling are actually quite common for most of us in this situation. You're not alone. So make sure to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted when that video gets posted. Until then, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.